Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga. Also, yes, the music on the map screen is actually based on the melody of Sarah's song. It's called Pray, I've mentioned that before. So last time we defeated the leader of the Brutes, Colonel Beck, at Anya, and we have now officially won the War of the Junkyard. Now we need to claim our reward by heading to Sahasrara and reaching the top of the Karma Temple, which will not be easy. But first, there are a few optional things I want to take care of, and the first of those is red walls. The first one I want to go for is at coordinate 136. Now, I could have got this while facing King Frost, and that's what most people do, but I wanted Cocytus earlier. At this point, I should be high enough level that Estoma Spray should keep the encounters away in this place. I just realized, though, Gale needs a new mantra. And oh yes, now that he's mastered Seraphim, he now has access to Evil God. And what an Evil God it is, because it has Debilitate. Also, Null Death is nice. Null Expel you can just get by turning into human form, so I don't see why you'd want to waste a skill slot on that. But Debilitate, yes! I even have the money for it, too. This will take a while to master, but it's very worth it. It should be this one, the one that leads to Titania. Here is our red wall. And on the other side, we have something in... I know I describe a lot of things as interesting, but it's not often that you see a puzzle hidden behind one of these walls. Because we actually are not done with the Prince puzzles. That's just going to lead us back through a one-way passage, so let's go through here. So yeah, this is a massive Good Prince, Evil Prince puzzle. And our reward is locked behind that cage. This time, though, there are multiple princesses, and they each have a prince that they need to reach their love to. It's Peach and Daisy from Mario and Luigi, I guess. But okay, as always, I do like to work backwards. So from you... Well, clearly the only way we can reach you is off here, bounce off of that. Okay, so if I do change this one... That bounces there, and into that prince. Oh, so maybe the prince that each one has to reach is not obvious. Okay, I think I might have this. So if this princess goes to the right... Yeah, that's hitting one of them. And then if this princess goes to the left, I should reach the other prince. There we go. And our reward for solving that much trickier puzzle, I wonder if the developers just thought up a trickier puzzle but thought it was too hard to put in the main story, is a Soma, and I believe this is just a cell. Logic cell. But always nice to have more money. And let's just fill out that corner of the map. And yeah, it turns out that each princess's prince was not the one closest to them at the start. Which actually kind of says something about a lot of, there's a lot of romance stories that work that way. Usually, the person falls in love with the wrong person first, and then discovers the right person. I apologize for that Jack Frost massacre, it will not happen again. Our next destination is the Samsara Tunnels, but I want to say the quickest way to get where I want to go is through here and then warping via the last terminal in the tunnels back to the first one, rather than having to walk all the way through Svadhisthana again. Yeah, what's a replica of Destinyland and a ship doing here, though? That's the real question. Because Sarah's dialogue at the ship kind of implies that it's somewhere that she's been to before. Oh, there's Gale. I was wondering where he was. Yeah, just remember this is only Varen's account of what he thinks happens. He might not have all the answers. Well, that's very dark, but is sadly something that does happen in Japan. Probably happens in more places in the world, too. Yeah, it's right there. Although I'll have to take a roundabout way to reach it. And here's the red wall. And here's an encounter immediately. And here's Cocytus immediately. Yeah, Cocytus is much more a random encounter sweeper than it is a boss killer. Okay, so this leads in here, but the real reason we wanted to come in here will quickly make itself apparent. There's only one dungeon to go, and the enemies feel like a complete joke now. Yep, it is indeed a field hunt in one of these areas, oh boy. So as I'm doing this, I can explain something that I only recently found out about the field hunt theme. This song playing now, it's just called Blade. But the field hunt theme was actually borrowed from another game that Shoji Meguro composed from. It's based off the Sicily theme from a game called Machen X, or Machen Deus Ex Machina. It got a remake called Machen Shao. And if you just take one look at this game, you can clearly tell that it has some Shin Megami Tensei PS2 pedigree on it, even though it was a first-person hack and slash for the Dreamcast originally. The remake made it third-person and ported it to PS2. But it is an interesting game. It has, like, kind of almost a lore chaos system as well. But, like, the art designer is very clearly Kazuma Kaneko, and the composer was Shoji Meguro. These days, I feel most people know this song from this game rather than its original Machen incarnation. Kind of reminds me of how, oh, what was that? What was the name again? One of the songs in Sonic and the Black Knight was actually originally from, a helicopter game, I think. I probably massively failed this. Holy f***. How are you? What? Ah! No! Oh, I thought that was a good run. Oh, finally. Okay. That one is, I think it's generally considered the hardest field hunt in the game. There are hunts in the Karma Temple that aren't that bad. But okay, Saki Mitama. You guys are weak to electricity. Oh, neither of them got frightened. I could get lucky. No. No, okay, I got 2 of them. It was enough to max Evil God? Yeah, that's probably why that field hunt is so difficult. Well, it was definitely worth it. Zandine, Force Amp, Gale learned Debilitate, and 2 skills I don't care about because I've debilitated. Oh, finally, you mastered that Muka. Actually, Makajama On just probably came at a really good time. And now you have 50 magic. Oh, wow, okay. The fact that it was enough to instantly master the Debilitate mantra, that probably does mean going through that hell was worth it. So, yeah, let's set that on you right now. It is 48 MP, it's probably worth it. Debuffs everything on the entire enemy party. I'm gonna go against everything I believe in. I'm gonna make a save state there, just in case my computer crashes. Because I don't want to have to do that field hunt again. I mean, it is worth a lot of AP, but is it really worth it? There's really no room for error whatsoever. You have to, like, when you get the one here, you have to, like, immediately turn back around. And level 47 on Surf. More Vitality. This is the point where the speedrun says, like, we've been making Surf a glass cannon before, now he's just a cannon. And I thought there'd be a room in the middle here. Fusion Cell. Of course, there was a chest in that other area we couldn't get during the field hunt portion. And to get it, we need to go to the other side of this red wall and go through here. And Gale is level 47. So yeah, through here, and then we get to the other side of that Karma Terminal where we get an encounter. Attack Mirror, not bad. And everyone's leveling up today. And from here I'm going to teleport back to Samsara Tunnels 1 because that's going to lead us very close to our next destination. The last red wall I want to cover, and it leads to something pretty important. Yeah, let's have you work on getting your weakness resist. Oh, now that Gale has Evil God, he can go to Vicious God, Vanity, Salvation, and Mana Surge. Oh, Salvation's good, but also Mana Surge is good, but that is gonna cost exactly 1,000,000 marker. Not out of our reach at this point, though. I guess he could start working on getting to the Dekaja and Dekunda line, or he could start working on Zio to try and reach his weakness, or I could get better force. He doesn't even have Zandine yet? Yeah, he should work on that. And speaking of which, yeah, Cielo now has access to Insane God, Dekaja, Dekunda, and Expel Element Damage. Not great against bosses. I mean, you can go for Zeodine. So from here, I'll be exiting the tunnels back into Svadhisthana. Oh. Apparently they have a lower chance of running if everyone's in demon form. And it is possible to, like, get really lucky and crit them. And it's gone, okay. From what I've read, you pretty much need either min or max critical, or just normal critical to make use of that. Like, the idea is to get really lucky and make them frightened and then eat them. And it might be reliable in the gun method. They're way more likely to run away if they sense someone's in human form. Also, I just blew through a lot of my MP in that fight, and I really need that back. But, yeah, as you can see, Chakra Elixir is only usable in battle. Just need a pot right now, though. Okay, so back in here, and I'm going to change my party up again. We have to go back down to the basement, though. But remember that red wall that we kept passing on the way to Looper? Well, now it's finally time to get through it. And this is the most substantial red wall out of the ones we've seen. Oh, wow. Early enemies. The reason why I'm not using Anastoma spray is because there will be a new set of enemies past that wall. So that will be good for getting more karma. Hello there. It's a dead end past here. The red wall appeared out of nowhere, so the person, the guys guarding him were trapped inside too. Well, it's time to deal with him, and if you've seen the thumbnail or the title, you probably already know who him is. Actually, considering who they used him to refer to in Powerpuff Girls, it's actually kind of appropriate. But, okay. Now we're in a whole new section of the Vanguard's base. Don't get any closer. There's a guy locked away. He went crazy and wouldn't stop devouring people. Delirious, going on about the Wicked King, then began eating his own allies. We need to isolate him until he dies of starvation. Well, okay. That's dark, but good luck with that. Oh, Shisa, that's actually new. It's weird to see Shisa so late into a game. They're usually a fairly, like, even in SMT5, they're pretty early game. Weak to Earth, Drain Elect, Null Expel. We've seen Thoth before, though. Thoth doesn't like death. Don't know if this is a stronger Thoth at all. Because right now, these enemies, these Shisas don't really seem all that strong. Well, there goes Thoth. Not worth a whole lot of AP either. Maybe I should be using a repel here. Yeah, your enemies from the ship dungeon. But you can't actually get here until you've gone a significant, well, almost to the end of the waterways visit. An ominous air can be felt from underneath. It's too dark to see into the room. Well, we can clearly see an item down there. But this here is mostly just as a preview. There will actually be some more gate puzzles in this area too. It is kind of nice having a return to the Vanguard's base back when this is our very first stomping grounds.
I'm sorry. I'll make this quick.
Yeah, Thoth never showed up in multiples earlier on. Except they still just straight up died of that. Yeah, I seem to remember the enemies here being stronger, but yeah, it's darker in here now. And there's a switch. Though I will want to cross over here first. Black Ooze. Yeah, you were from... yeah, you're one of the coordinate enemies. It's like every little bit helps, though. Of, you know, experience and AP. Another member? You don't know why it's so dark? We tripped the breaker on basement 2 to deactivate the wall mechanism. It's inconvenient, but it's better than letting that guy escape. Ah, okay. So we aren't able to drop that wall if we wanted to. I thought so, because dropping that wall is going to put us pretty close to the boss. Yeah, I'm going to not repel here just so I can get a little bit more experience. Oh, wow, you're definitely new, though. I do like how we have some totally new enemies in this area. So, is this one of the games where you null physical? Repel, expel, and no, physical's totally fine on you. In some games, you just resist it, and some you null it, but in this case, yeah, weak to fire, though, it makes sense. Shiki Orgies are often weak to fire, because, you know, it's made of paper. Doesn't say anything about Dentarafu, though. I love seeing them all fall down like that. I have Meraki on, I just don't have the press turns to use it. No, it looks like they're basically falling incinerate if you do that. How do you feel about Earth? Oh, you're not dead. And now you're repelling fire. Yeah, they do seem to mostly use Hama and occasionally Mudor. Shikioji is interesting because in some of the games, the design that is Shikigami is used for in others is used for Shikioji. Oh yeah, you're worth a lot, and a lot of marker too, so I probably don't want to put the repel up just in case you guys show up. Some enemies are, like, reinforcements only. We'll see one of those in the next, like, major optional area. Okay, we have yet another chest preview, but nothing else in here. And I actually passed up a small karma terminal earlier. Which is probably our ticket out once we're done with this place. I doubt you'll get to use that, but nice effort. Oh, wait, no, it's a large terminal. Well, that's cool, we've got one of those down here. That would be the, yeah, it's only the second one of these in the Vanguard's base. So we can now warp here whenever we want to. But, I mean, after we beat this boss, there's really no reason for us to come back here. Unless you miss a treasure, that is. So, through here now. This place is still fairly straightforward. Okay, yeah, this is not a dead end. And now we can head down to Basement 2, and this is where the breaker is. And not the Majima class, the circuit breaker. And there is a wall in our way here. So yeah, if you go one up, you can kind of see where some of these are... You can kind of line things up to see where some of those chests might have been. Yeah, you'd think that this dungeon would have a darkness gimmick, but it actually doesn't. That is saved for the sequel. Let's just say that the common Shin Megami Tensei item Light Ball, or the Lightoma skill, that's going to be more of a thing in the second game. I do like how you do have a bit of a darker area, though. TV Tropes calls this kind of level concept Blackout Basement, which I think is named after a Donkey Kong Country level. I think it's one of the factory levels in the first Donkey Kong Country. So we do have some stairs there leading up. But there should be a chest in this room. Yeah, there we go. That might have been one of the ones we could have seen from above. Logic cell. Now, there is also a field hunt down here, but I don't think we can access it until we've tripped the breaker. Oh, is that the first time I've seen an enemy use Taunt? I think it is. Forget if Mind Stream is... I don't think Mind Stream is physical. Oh, hey, look, here's a high-end spell that you slimes actually have the MP to use. Not that it will actually save you. Yeah, that I believe is where we came in. Oh, hi. And that's all. Well, I mean, the red wall is gone. You can leave now. But we should probably deal with the thing that's hunting them. That is a lot of guard dogs. I'm pretty sure that Arcanine in Pokemon is based off of the Shisa. Okay, now you join the level 47 club. 47's kind of a nice number. Is it a... I could be getting my maths horribly wrong, though. Is it a prime number? Yeah, now through here, we can't progress any further. But we should see better results the other direction. Oh, is that? That's Okuninushi, isn't it? Huh. Forgot you showed up here. So I like that there are some new demons in this area. Evil Okuninushi. Yeah, this is being translated kind of wrong. Normally you have like blue accents, not red though. Weak to poison and nerve, null, force, expel, death. Okay, that means putting you to sleep is gonna work, but I don't know. I'd rather just destroy you. Being weak to nerve, though, means easy sleep plus devour, so that's something. Okay, further this way. Heat's getting close. And we have another switch in this room, and we've got a wall that's up so we can get over here. And there we go. Now it's just Argilla who needs it. Yeah, none of the switches work. Yet. Oh, Satan Taisei! Huh. I feel like I must have, like, I don't remember these encounters, so I must have used a Nestoma spray when I went through this place in my first playthrough, because I definitely fought the boss down here, but oh, Wukong, yeah. This is what Wukong was called in, Nocturne, the original Nocturne. They changed it back to, I think it's now the Chinese pronunciation of Satan Taisei. Repel Earth, Drain Fire, Null, Fizz Gun, Expel Death. Okay, no weaknesses at all. Kind of makes sense, given that, you know, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, he basically made himself immortal, didn't he? Guess Force works. Yeah, that was the power charge one, wasn't it? I just noticed something, though. There's a very specific element that is not on its list of nulls. So, Kaleidoscope. I like their sounds, though. And now, Miracidine, Fire Resist. That does mean that you're going to lose a skill slot, but it might be worth it. No more press turns from Surf. But yeah, unlike the nulling ailment skills that Cielo gets, you are going to take away enemy press turns for them hitting Surf's fire. Hitting Surf with fire, you get what I mean. Okay, so we can go downstairs there, but first I want to check this out. Yep, we have a chest here. Luck noise. Don't... Oh, another one. We got our first noise in this place, too. It's kind of nice to come back here, like I said. I guess Argilla, because she needs an MP recovery. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of luck noise. I think it's one of the easier ones to farm, too. Okay, got a whole lot of legendary heroes in one place now, including 2 clones of the same one. The world would probably never be able to handle 2 Sun Wukongs. But we certainly can. Okay then, well, you're gonna die like the rest. When the reinforcement wave is weaker than the originals. Oh, they also drop cells. That's cool. I mean, this team is still level 47, so we can really use any team we want now. Well, I can, because I like to keep everyone's levels even. So, okay, that door looks important. Though I do want to check this one out, too. Oh, Raiju show up here, too. And there's a small terminal here. So, Surf... And yeah, you only need any one of the final element skills to unlock this one, Dark Leader. Last Word, Megadola, Mind Charge, Magic. Do I have enough for this? No, I don't. But like, could you imagine how ridiculous Surf is going to be with Mind Charge? With how much damage he's putting out already? You know, maybe he can start upgrading to better healing. This is mostly a filler mantra, though, until I get enough money for the real big ones. And here we are. Don't touch that breaker, he'll escape if we turn the power back on. That's exactly what I'm counting on. There's like a Superman comic that's like, has that on the cover. It's just like, that monster is gonna destroy Metropolis. That's what I'm counting on it to do. Of course, it's part of an elaborate gambit, but yeah. Yeah, so we can see all of the green stuff here lit up. Which means we can start changing up the walls. Actually, I feel like what you're supposed to do now is, you're supposed to use the small terminal to warp back to the large one, because that will put you closer to the boss. However, I can't quite do that, because there's a field hunt that I need to get by flipping this switch here. It'll still let me get over here. And there we go, everyone level 47. But that opens up the other exit to this room. And it's an... Wait. Maybe you just can't do a field hunt so soon after doing a different field hunt. Okay, then. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. But I guess I have never... I mean, it makes sense that that all field hunts... I guess they must all share the same spawn conditions. Anyway, we've mapped out this area regardless. Heat now has Ice God, so he's catching up to Surf. Now he gets to cover his weakness, though he's using a lot of skill slots on passives anyway. Ice Resist, there we go. Maybe I'll take that over Close Call. Okay, we have Fierce Spirit mastered and 2 levels. I spun in circles for 1 solar cycle just to see if I was that off, but I'm probably not. No presence, okay, yeah, it would take way too long to spin for like at least 4 more cycles to actually respawn that, so I'm gonna have to come back later. I had better run from this. Thank you. Okay, let's teleport to Vanguard Base 2. Be able to heal off this too. Now that you've actually mastered that, can you get any, like, decent physical things right now? I think I'll take this one. And Medea-Rama coming from Surf is pretty much a guaranteed full heal for the endgame. So now let's actually finish off this lower Vanguard's base. Obligatory mention the fact that the Vanguards are called the Assignments in Japanese. Some of the tribes had their names changed in the Japanese script. In the English script, I mean. As compared to the Japanese script. The Maribel were originally the Meribel, so I'm glad they changed that one. That was a little hard to take seriously. Oh, hey, that's something we're actually going to get on Heat. Yeah, that has a chance of Charm. But yeah, now you can flip this switch. And all that does is lower this one. Because that's all we really need. Hi there. A lot of things in this dungeon don't like Earth. You would think the boss maybe follows that pattern, but it does not. The boss instead does not like fire. Though I might still bring Argilla because she has a repel skill that will be useful. Well, not a repel, a shield skill that'll be useful. Okay, there's another red wall in here, which is a little redundant given that you need to have the red key to get in here in the first place. If you're coming here, you might actually want to leave that red wall in place, because behind that is another optional boss that won't unlock until later. So that might be useful as like a marker of that, but we can get the stuff in that room now. And this is just a pointless area, but I want to get on the map anyway. Okay, and now you hit level 48. But yeah, I think I will break this. Just remember this room for later. Getting close on Sky Wizard and Bolt Master. Soma, always good to have. And a Theory Cell, so more money. There's still a tiny bit more to go through. And Sky Wizard and Bolt Master max at the same time. Zundyne, Force Amp, Zerodyne, Elec Amp. Should set those now. Yeah, that door is where the boss is, but there is another cell down here. I do like the look of these little storerooms. They look totally different to anything in the required part of this dungeon. Serve is getting over-leveled, but I don't care because he's my random encounter sweeper, and I'm getting very tired of the random encounters at this point. Pretty sure I want Argilla Gale Surf for this, although Gale... I want Gale to show off Debilitate. The problem is, this guy does use a lot of Zeo skills, so Gale's weakness is at risk of being hit. But if anybody has Fire Boost and Fire Amp and Argidyne, definitely set those. Fire is your main way of dealing damage here. Also, having access to some kind of expel blocking shield is good too. Death as well, but you really only need expel for reasons that will become apparent soon. Yeah, you should have Meteor Armor. Actually, I can do better. I can actually give Gale one of these. I think I want Heat for this, changing my mind a bit. Okay, a questionable presence can be felt beyond the door. Open it, let's go. Am I gonna do it? Okay. You know, boss, shouldn't there be absolute laws? I cannot keep this up. I'm sorry. My throat will die. Should only be subject to the laws of nature. In other words, someone as weak as you doesn't deserve to be in charge. That's what I'm gonna say, huh? Oh, Miragidyne's actually, there's quite a good time to discover that now, but this is Beelzebub, or Beelzebub, as he's normally known as in this form. This is his human form. So, the thing about this guy is that being a bug type, fire is your main way of dealing damage. He's not weak to fire, but it is one of the few things he doesn't nullify. He nulls ice, elec, force, earth, and ailment, so it's basically just physical and fire. But he uses Zeo skills along with Mahama-on and Mamuda-on, and he can also buff and debuff and stuff. He can also power charge himself. However, it's time to show off our new Debilitate for real this time. Now, I feel like a lot of the main story bosses are really not designed with Debilitate in mind. I'm gonna try and power charge, but this could come back to bite me, we'll see. Okay, yeah, he's doing the Zionga, which Gale is weak to, unfortunately. Oh, he crit. Oh, because of the shock. Well, I mean, at least he's smart enough to repeatedly smack the person who's shocked, but okay, let's go for another one of these. And, I probably need to just heal. I kinda wanna just be safe and go for the Expel Repel. You'll see why I'm doing this eventually. Yeah, right now he mostly just goes for this and then just hits whoever's shocked. But when mostly debilitated, he's a lot less threatening. I guess you can heal and then he can do an attack with power charge. Let's cleave that skull off your skull. Whoa, okay, nice crit there. Very nice crit. And I can use that to stack up full debilitates. Mind Scream, okay, I think he's in the state where he does the stuff. Oh, but everyone just dodged. Yeah, this is gonna happen when he's fully debilitated. So now Gale can set up Expel Repel every turn. We may or may not see the reason why I'm using Expel Repel here. It's because of this. So, he usually uses Mahama-on and then Mamuda-on. You won't have to worry about the Mamuda-on if you block the Mahama-on. You could also block that by way of having somebody in human form, which I guess maybe would technically be better than having to set this up every turn, but then you run the risk of Hummer hitting other people. I guess you'll heal and then Heat is power charged, right? Yeah, there we go. It's funny how enemies are allowed to, like, limit reach themselves with power charge, but you're not. Wow! Heat is going to town! This guy does have a lot of health, but still. Yeah, eventually he'll go for Makakaja Megadolon, but with him being this badly debilitated, It's probably not gonna, yeah, as I've always said, one of the best counters to Megadolon in this game is, still not down, is evasion. Well, I guess I can actually pass my turn and have Surf. No, I'm gonna Medea. And that's gonna get blocked. Or I forgot to do the shield this turn. Yeah, I probably should have done the shield. Okay, that was bad. Right, it would be really funny if he's basically almost dead, though, and Gale finished it, but I probably shouldn't risk that. Yeah, that's what happens if you do need to keep the Expel shield up, or that happens. I stopped. I should have been paying more attention. I think Gale still has Death Resist. Okay, you're just gonna Makakaja Megadolon again. Yeah, he's in full-on Berserk mode right now. But overall, with Debilitate, Beelzebub is, well, at least this version of Beelzebub is really not that bad at all. Definitely one of the more reasonable optional bosses in this game. I think this should do it. No, okay. Yeah, he does kind of alternate, and that means we're going to have to potentially eat a Mamudon. No, he's just attacking, okay. Well, just to make absolutely sure, I'll put this up. There he goes. Decent amount of Macaroon experience and a great chakra. Medea Rama and Close D, Curse D. Your vitality is approaching your strength. Well, finally you get a random strength level.
Don't think that you've surpassed me, boss. I'll devour others to grow strong. When next we meet, you will fall.
That voice is absolute murder. Beelzebub disappeared. Yeah, this is not the last time we'll be seeing him, and he'll bring many new tricks when we next find him. However, our real reward for beating him the first time is Al-Azif, Futaba's third-tier persona from Persona 5? No, Al-Azif, if I can find it. Death, low odds, all reusable. This is an infinite use Mamudo item. So not Mamudo on, but regular, just pretty low chance Mamudo. Still, being infinite use can be kind of decent against anything that's weak to it. And now I just have to make my way out of here. Flicking this switch back up will let us access the large terminal. And we're done with the Vanguard's base, except for that field hunt that wasn't spawned. But I can take care of that field hunt when we go after the other optional boss that's in here. Because yeah, by teleporting to Vanguard's base 1, we can head to the exit. And from here, I think I will see you all next time, because there's actually one other thing that's unlocked now that we've beaten Beelzebub, but that's definitely, you know, it's Beelzebub's second form, and that's for post-game. So next, I'll actually be going after the other thing that unlocks after defeating Curdle Beck, so I'll see you all then for another optional waterway and a many-headed serpent.